Hello everyone and welcome back to Heroes of the Storm on Night Ghost 49. We currently have a match for the Studio Rumble preseason tournament here in 2015. Today we're going to be joined by GLUthur, Team GLUthur, over here, obviously with the Uther on their team. And they're from Glu Studios, or from Glu. You guys have probably heard of them. They're going to be playing here for the blue team. And then on the red team, we have Ubisoft Montreal, who we've seen in some other matches as well. So I'll go ahead and let's let this play. This is a replay. I wasn't able to cast this live, so we're going to be able to see this as the action starts. So let's go ahead and hit play, and I'll start naming off everybody here. Well, I'll do it right now. We have Leoric is going to be played by Now Noob. We've got Janum here on Jaina, appropriate. We have a, it looks like a Malfurion. It's going to be played by Quantum. We have Nova, played by, was it GLUthur? And then, who is that? Is that a Vala? Oh, that's a Vala Maskaskin, played by, Nevermind. So we have here on the Glu team, GLUthur, we have Lord Farquaad. Lord Farquaad, awesome. With GL'thos, we've got Nazebo here, played by, was it GZ Boley? I'm going to have a hard time with that one. We have Uther, plays by P. Diz. All right, that's not too bad. We do have a Lily on this team by Lord Ronan, or Lord Rooney. And then we also have an Anubarak played by Roger That. So this is going to be a great game, I'm sure. These guys have been showing some fantastic competitive play. We'll see how this goes. It looks like red team is just grouping all together and probably going to go for some kind of gank here. Nova is checking out zoning the bottom here, but it looks like Team Ubisoft Montreal is actually waiting for the gank. They do see Nova Shimmer, so Uther is able to actually get that out. But Anubarak is going to be focused, but not taken down. So that was definitely an interesting engagement. The Roots took the Beatles. Did you guys see it? Root the Beatles. That's awesome. So we've got Murden, Leoric, who's one of the newest heroes to Heroes of the Storm, in this middle lane. And it looks like Jane is going to go bottom. Now Nazebo is already pushing down here for the blue team, GLUthur, and gaining some XP. But we do have here in the top lane, Vala here is going to help push this, and Murden's going to actually come in for support, with Nova probably waiting in the wings for a nice little gank. We're going to hold off for a second and actually see what goes on. Now, Lily does use her little snake ability and put that on GL'thos to give him even more damage. Now, they did pull back. Probably going to come around here again for a gank. They're going to want to focus. Actually, either one of these heroes is going to be a little squishy. Vala is going in on Lily, but she's just going to be able to keep on healing. She did blind them out. It looks like Nova is trying to find a good position. She does shoot down Lily, but is she going to be able to take her down in time with Vala's shots? It still was not enough. So Nova is going to get even stronger as she continues on and gaining levels, because the further the levels go, the stronger she gets. It's just, if you play Nova the right way, you can just absolutely annoy the enemy team. So much rage for Nova. And it looks like red team is focusing on getting seeds. They're going to come down here. GL'thos is out of position. He does grab a few seeds for his team, so he did do that for them before he was taken out. Not too bad in the early game, because they only got about an 8-second cooldown, and they're going to go for this boss immediately. It looks like Jaina was trying to contest this area, but blue team GLUthur did take him down, and they're going to go for the boss here. So Ubisoft Montreal taking down the boss at the top, with Nova poking away at Lily here. It looks like we do have the advantage going to Ubisoft Montreal with the red team, gathering even more seeds. They currently have about 59, but left uncontested down here, Team GLUthur is going to be able to do just fine. So it looks like we're going to have a couple Garden Tears coming up very soon. Lily is caught out of position. If she's not careful, she's going to be focused down really hard. Yeah, definitely. She's probably not going to make it out of there. Oh, no, the follow-up. Come on. Oh, Lily got away. And that's Lily for you. She's a little bit of a tank all in her own right. Now, Anubarak came in here, stunned Leoric, but Leoric used the creepy walk to get away. Now, keep in mind his Q ability, that big mace swing, slows down targets by, I believe, 30%. Now, that's also his little creepy hand, which steals health, and it actually slows him down when he uses it. He can talent out of that. He can talent to make it where using that ability doesn't slow him down, but currently it definitely will. So middle lane's being pushed back and forth. It looks like Jaina is pushing back Nazebo. Nazebo is great for pushing lanes. But Nova is roaming. She's doing exactly what she needs to do. She's looking for opportunities to engage the enemy. And this probably isn't going to be enough to take out Nazebo, but enough to push him back and actually gain control of this lane again. Now again, the Murden Malfurion confusion from Night Ghost is real. He's going to hold this top lane. GLUthur is holding just fine. GLUthur is a beast at pushing lanes. Left uncontested, he will just go right up to your gates. So they're going to have to watch that. We do have a bit of poking back and forth here on the top lane with GLUthur and Lily. And then Anubrak coming in to support, doing a stun on Vala, but she's able to get away. Anubrak does do a quick aggressive engagement here with his burrow ability, but without the follow-up, we're not able to do it. Now Malfurion was able to get out of the way of the gravity tornado stun and stay out of being killed here. Nova did use her decoys, and blue team did kind of fall for that at this time. Now GLUthur doesn't know this, but you're not hidden. There you go, bud. And he's able to pull back. So bottom lane still being pushed back and forth. We've got Jaina and Nazebo. We've got some engagements going on here. Lily's taking quite a bit of damage, but again, she's probably going to be fine because that's what Lily does. Kung Fu Hustle, when you get to level like 20, that ability is so amazing. She can just take damage, reduce her cooldowns, heal herself. So we've got some even match going on here at level 7 for both teams. Now keep in mind the goal of here on Garden Terror is to gather as many seeds as you can to get your Garden Terror and use that to push forts and keeps. Currently, GLUthur, he can just creepy walk out of this. He's going to be just fine. So we've got some definitely solid play from both teams. Excuse me. We've got ping for danger here. Nova did see this and is going to ward off Anubrak. And this top lane is definitely going to be contested. And blue team is going to probably just need to play defensively because a 3v2 is not going to work. But it looks like they did come up here. Anubrak is taking tons of damage, but Lily is able to heal him. So just that back and forth and not enough follow-up from both teams yet to actually make some meaningful kills. We do have the 2 kills taken out on the blue team and 1 kill taken out for the red team as well. Bottom lane again, back and forth. Bottom lane here, or middle lane, back and forth. GLUthur fighting GLUthur is rather interesting to me. You've got the man of light of the silver hand, and oh, we got a trap here. And they're going to be able to take out GLUthur? No, he is able to pull back with Lily healing him. And it looks like Vala is being caught out of position. Is GLUthur going to be able to do enough damage? But she is healed by Muradin, or Malfurion. I swear I'm going to get that right, guys. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. And the red team is defending down here as well. The seeds have spawned. Teams need to go out and actually get those seeds, gather the advantage. That's the most important thing before level 10. And it looks like Jaina is hitting up the pool here. Nobody's contesting bot lane. Nazebo is taking seeds here on the bottom, gathering for his team. But he's walking away because he sees this team engagement. Red team is taking quite a bit of damage from Jaina's abilities. Lily is able to heal up the blue team, but it looks like GLUthur is not being caught by Nazebo. I thought he was going to be able to be caught out there, but he wasn't. And the Beetles are doing work on Vala. The Beetles are actually very annoying now. They actually patched Anubrak's abilities to make the Beetles more effective to go after enemy teams, to jump into lanes and not just do goofy, derpy things. And as you can see, it's working out quite well. Now, Nova is caught out here by GLUthur. Not enough to do damage, but enough to say, get the heck out of here and just kind of poke. Now, it looks like blue team, the team GLUthur, is able to get their come on, Garden Terror before the other team. It looks like no one's going back. They're opting to actually push and go for the other Garden Terror, and GLUthur is taken down. Now, keep in mind, he does stay in ghost form. That is a full kill for the team. A lot of people don't know this. If you kill GLUthur, you get full XP. So a lot of GLUthur players don't know that, and they think, oh, I'll just run and I'll die, I'll only get partial XP to the team, just like Murky. It's not the way it works. You give full XP to your team, and you have to be really careful. Now, he was able to actually resurrect by using his abilities to gain back and come back to life, but Team GLUthur is definitely gathering a ton of seeds. They did grab their Terror. They are going for the bottom, but they've Lord Farquaad is actually switching up, probably going to go top, and red team, Team Montreal, Ubisoft Montreal, excuse me. They did grab their Terror, and they're actually going top as well. So we do have some team engagements going on here in the middle. Oh, and it looks like Malfurion is taken down. Lily is popping her ultimate and healing up the team GLUthur. But the precision strike from Nova is going to ward them off. Is she going to be able to get away? Is Anubrak going to push in? He is not, but Nazebo is going to give chase and do even more damage. Now we do. So we only lost one. Well, we lost one player for Team Montreal, and it looks like GLUthur, I still haven't memorized all of his abilities and names, was able to take out the plant here, but Farquaad did plant down another one. He's going to do even more damage to this fort, and it looks like the red team is pushing it top here. They do take down a fort, which is going to give them advantage. They do have a level 11 for both players, so ultimates are up. We did see that with Lily, so we kind of knew that, and it looks like Team GLUthur is going to try to focus on Nevermind here and take down their Garden Terror. Let's go ahead and check down here in the bottom lane. and it looks like Lord Farquaad is just poking. He's going in here, putting down the seeds, and Team Ubisoft Montreal is taking out the seeds as quick as they can. So they're definitely lower than Team Ubisoft. But they're running them around. They're doing exactly what they need to. That is fantastic little snipe there. And he's throwing down the seed, and he polymorphs 2 of the enemy players. They are trying to focus down that seed so that it doesn't do a ton of damage to their towers. But it did take down the fountain. It did take down one of the towers. And we still have a Garden Terror harassing here for the red team. He did drop the seeds perfectly down there, and before he lost it. Now Val is able to disengage. Nova's putting some support in here by putting her decoy in, and they're able to actually back off and do just fine. Red team, Team Ubisoft Montreal, is going for this boss. If Lyric doesn't back up, okay, very good. He backed off, wasn't stunned. But we do have Team GLUther coming in here, trying to get the engagement. We do have a water elemental coming down. Lyoric's taking a ton of damage, but so Lily couldn't heal him in time. Uther did go down. Now Uther is still a ghost and going to do some healing. Now Nasibo does have the Vengeful Spirit and is doing great work against the red team. We do have a Phoenix coming down as well. And we've got tons of seeds being gathered by the red team. They're still pushing in. They still want to do the team engagement. It looks like GLUthur is being hit by Leoric and doing a bit of damage, but they are able to disengage. So again, we've got team fights going on where the objectives are. We do have a ping in the map. Anubarak during that whole time was able to push this bottom lane and put additional pressure on the team, but all of Ubisoft Montreal is responding, so he's going to have to back off. And look at this. They're smartly coming in here, trying to cut off his escape. Now keep in mind, Anubarak can do that. He can burrow away. He can pop his ultimate. I don't see his ultimate coming out. I don't see his ultimate. Oh, and he is taken down by Team Ubisoft Montreal. Too much damage. He was definitely caught out, and they took advantage of that. Val's going to push this middle lane, continue to grab XP. Looks like they are slightly ahead. Team GLUther is a little behind on XP, but it's pretty negligible at this point. GLUthur is going to be able to push this back and have a nice little minion wave going in. Now our red team, Team Ubisoft Montreal, is coming down here to get the Bruiser camp, which is exactly what you need to do during the lull of the not gathering the seeds for the Garden Terror, is to take camps and do everything that you can. Now we do have GLUthur pushing middle. He does throw down Phoenix to push this entire lane, and they did take out the wall and the tower. Lily's coming in here to do some additional damage, and they could probably take this down, but the red team, Team Ubisoft Montreal, comes down in here. They do force the kill here on GLUthur and Lily with the great wall from Leoric, the great precision strike from Nova. Really just a fantastic catch there. They got 2 of the enemy team out in the open. They are pinging Uther. They're going out for the Silver Hand himself. They're going for Uther, and I think he saw it in time. He's going to be able to back up. Anubarak's taking care of this siege camp. So right now, a little bit of momentum swinging in favor of our red team, Ubisoft Montreal, but I definitely would not count on GLUther. They've had some fantastic engagements. They had the advantage in kills in the beginning of the game, and now it's just switched a little bit down here. Now both teams have hit level 14, which gave them additional talents to actually select, which makes them evenly matched currently, so they need to be careful. At this point, if they do a full team wipe, which GLUthur was able to see Nova and get her in stealth form, which is not easy. I find it hard to grab those. We do have a Phoenix coming down again. Leoric is actually being focused down. Is he going to be able to be taken down? He is creepy walking away, and he did get away. Now we do have the jug of 1,000 cups coming down from Lily, healing their team, keeping them nice and healthy. But Malfurion also did do Tranquility, keeping his team nice and healthy as well. So these team fights are interesting, where they're coming in back and forth, poking at the enemy players. They're trying to focus down Leoric. They know that he does a lot of crowd control and damage. Precision Strike coming in on the enemy Uther, or the blue team Uther, and Leoric needs to pull back. And it looks like the Great Zombie Wall was able to take out Vala, and they're going to be able to take the fort down here as well. One thing that they're not seeing, though, is that this is being pushed by Bruiser Camp here at the top, and they did just ping it. They're like, well, we came in here, we took out a couple of their teammates, we did what we needed to do. It's probably time to back up. You see we're throwing in that Phoenix to zone out the team so they can disengage. Uther looks like he's ready to fight even more, but the teams are disengaging, pulling down, and it looks like they were going to try to go for this camp, but it's not up. They're pinging down here to go for... they were setting up to go for seeds. So they were trying to get the advantage right out of the gate. They already have a Garden Terror ready because of the amount of seeds that they got in the previous round. Now, Ubisoft Montreal coming in here, getting these smaller camps, which I totally recommend doing that first. They're very close to getting their own Garden Terror. In fact, they're 10 away, and they'll be able to get one of their own and contest this easily. They did leave a sieve right there, but it looks like Malfurion did see that, and he went to grab it as well. So if we go down here, check out the team. Nova is scoping this out and doing a bit of scouting, so that seeing what GLUthur is doing, and the entirety of their team is pushing against this Garden Terror, getting as many seeds as they can. They already have a Garden Terror spawned, going in this bottom lane, going to push that keep, but Team Ubisoft Montreal, they're going to grab seeds and be back. They're going to Hearthstone back and defend against this. Nova's going to come down here and scope this out. She's probably going to focus down the seed, and she is, so that it doesn't do extra damage to this fort and the tower. Now, the Garden Terror is throwing down the siege, which is polymorph as well, but the entirety of Team GLUthur is here to support their Garden Terror. They're going to take out this tower and taking a tiny bit of a level advantage here in this fight. Now, are they going to continue to push this? Because Team Ubisoft Montreal is definitely here to stay, and they're going to push these guys back, or are they going to rotate up to mid lane? It looks like Uther is kind of out here on his own with Nova doing some pot shots, but not enough to take him down. Looks like the polymorph did go down. We've got a zombie wall trying to push away that team. One tower is down. It looks like the other is going to fall, and they're probably going to stick around and take out this wall and maybe rotate to the top. And that's exactly what I thought they were going to do, but Team GLUthur is pushing here in the middle to do extra damage, and he is trying to back off to save the Garden Terror a little bit longer. Now, if we look at Team Ubisoft Montreal, JM, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, is actually sprinting toward this bottom so that they can actually take out this fort and even things out amongst the team, because it is a 17-16 team comp right now. Now, Nazebo is focusing down the seed, which is going to be able to save this keep and the tower. We do have a team engagement here in the middle. Precision strike coming down on Uther, doing quite a bit of damage, but not enough to take him out. We do have Malfurion popping Tranquility, healing up his teammates. It's probably going to keep them alive, but it looks like Nova is really low. That was her decoy. I got decoyed, ladies and gentlemen. But a Nubrak does come in here, stun the team. Nova's probably going to be taken out by KLUthur and does tons of damage, but Vala's actually got a living bomb on her as well. And it looks like the wall is going to take out Leoric too. Malfurion just needs to back off so that he doesn't get killed as well. Now, Leoric is hitting the enemy team. When he is a ghost and he hits them, he slows them down, and every bit of damage increases this little timer, right? And allows him to regenerate quicker. Now, Jam this entire time was pushing. Jam is Jaina. And honestly, we've talked about this before. Jaina in a Garden Terror is a very difficult thing to do, because once you pop out, you're not tanky at all, and you have to disengage, and it looks like she's smartly doing that. Backing off and cutting those losses. Now, it looks like Team GLUthur is slightly ahead. They still have this fort. Everybody has their keeps. We've got good health on those keeps. This top keep here for Ubisoft Montreal is fully healthy. Oh, they do have a tower up here. I did miss that. So they're pretty evenly matched. There's only that one level difference, but they're not at level 20 yet, so they don't have the second level of those ultimate talents, or whichever ones they do choose. We do have a Phoenix coming down here, pushing this. Going to take out the tower. They're going to focus down the wall now, but the Phoenix does go away. And let's see. They're just going to keep pushing until the seeds are up and ready to go. And this is going to be an interesting kind of back and forth. Vala is waiting for her opportunity to come in here and do some damage. And it looks like Jane is taking quite a bit of damage, but she did get healed by Malfurion, which is going to keep her alive. But they do take down the tower. They are getting that extra XP, and they're increasing their gap a little bit. They are going for the decoy of Nova. Now, Leoric is coming down here with a precision strike from Nova, but Leoric is doing tons of damage for the full team there, and they do take out a Nubarak. Jaina has to use her ice block, but she's sitting in here, and the ultimate, is she taken down? No, she gets away just in time, but Leoric is being hit as well, and he does have the spiders going on, but Malfurion does save him. Great plays here by Ubisoft Montreal, keeping as many of their team members alive, and great push here by Team GLUthur. Now, GLUthur's going in. They do have a bit of an advantage of level and also going for the seeds quickly, but do not count out Ubisoft Montreal. They've got Uther here by himself. Honestly, he's probably going to be taken down with Nova and Vala focusing him down. He does get taken out. He's a ghosty ghost, kind of scouting stuff out, and it looks like a red team is coming in for seeds. That top lane's being pushed really hard as well, but Team GLUthur is pinging. They want to go straight for the Garden Terror. They did get the seeds here. They want to push. They want to get the Garden Terror. Lily's going to get hit, but she's going to be okay because it's Lily and she can heal herself. But KLUthur's Lily taking on a Garden Terror is not going to be the easiest thing to actually finish up. It looks like Team Ubisoft Montreal is almost done with the Garden Terror here. Nazebo did come back and smartly take care of these guys. Honestly, I probably would have gone for pushing down here with their teammates, but they're holding their own. they're able to heal up and do quite a bit of damage. So not a bad strategy regardless. They do have a Terror coming in here for Ubisoft Montreal. Now, who is going to grab that? Is anybody hearthing back, or are they just going to come back here and do the ride themselves? Now, Leoric did come down here and scout. We've got Roger that here in GLUthur's Garden Terror. That's what they're actually worried about. Nobody's grabbing the Garden Terror on Ubisoft Montreal. They're going to let that ride out a little bit longer so they can take advantage of it and hopefully do some more damage to this Garden Terror. It is a strategy where you let the enemy team run out the timer and run out the health on their Garden Terror, and then you use your own. Now, they've almost taken this down, but honestly, if Ubisoft Montreal comes in here, they can get the rest of these seeds and have a massive advantage in these coming fights. And it looks like they are going to commit to this a bit, but Jaina is going back for the Garden Terror. She's probably going to be picked up right here by GLUthur, and not able to go back. She is picked up but healed by Malfurion, and it looks like Malfurion is taken down by the Living Bomb, and she's probably going to be taken out as well. Jaina does take a ton of damage, is shrunk, and GLUthur uses Blink to get ahead of her to make sure that kill is locked in, and Vala is taken out as well. I couldn't tell who that was at first, but GLUthur's taking tons of damage from that water elemental. So we have almost an entire team wipe. Leoric has to be very careful. He has to just try to push back as much as he can. Because they didn't grab the Garden Terror, they can't actually use it this time around. And it looks like Team GLUthur is going to push in here and do tons of damage to the fort. They're saying forget the other keeps. They're just going to push in right now. And it's probably a great idea. They have 20 seconds to finish this out. And it looks like the shields are almost down. We've got Phoenix being popped. We've got their Garden Terror dropping down the seed. And this is probably going to be a game. Ubisoft Montreal having an engagement down there at the bottom, wiping out their entirety of their team, is going to allow Team GLUthur to get a win here in this. This was a Week 1, Round 1 preseason here on Garden Terror. So fantastic match. Thank you, everybody, for sending your replays. I do appreciate that. Want to be able to share these with the community. And that was the Week 1. Hopefully we'll get the replay for Week 2, which will be Sky Temple. So thanks, everybody, for joining. I can't go over talents and abilities in this, unfortunately. And doing it manually would be a huge... Yeah, we're not going to do that. So thanks, everybody, for joining. Like, favorite, subscribe. Make sure you follow. Watch for the tournament. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.